Hi, today I'm going to show you a new expert advisor that's very basic, very generic. Basically, it doesn't depend on any indicators to open, buy or sell positions or to close them. What it does is basically it sees the charts. The chart is going up, opens a buy position, goes down, opens a sell position. If it goes the opposite way, then it closes the position. If it doesn't go, if it has a trend, it goes with the trend, all the way until the trend is done, and then it closes, whether it was an open position or a sell position, a buy open position or a sell open position. Now, this is the dealing with gold. Of course, we know that gold has a lot of movement, and gold basically makes a lot of money. So I'll show you how much this expert advisor can make if you start with $1,000,000. So we have here $1,000,000, 6 zeros, and we're starting 1st of January until the very end of July 2020. I'm using time frame 3 hours, and we'll give this a go, and you'll see how much it will go. Also, at the end of this video, I will show you if you start with only 10,000, and I'll show you also if you use. We have more than one system here that you can use. We have, of course, you can switch between commodities or currencies. So you can use this EA for currencies as well. And we have two systems, like the ones we had in the other expert advisor, which is multi-position system. I have it switched on, and I have it at 100%. And I also have scaling system switched on. Everything else is basically switched off. So we'll give that a try and see how much this will make you. Of course, with gold, you don't care about anything after the decimal point. Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of money. When you use currencies, for example, you care about pips, so you care about 4th or 5th position after the decimal point. Whereas with gold, you don't care about the numbers after this decimal point because you actually make a lot of money, real money. Some positions can make you $100, $1,000, 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, million. So it goes really crazy with gold, unlike any other markets. So you can see right away we started with 1 million, as I said, and you can see right away the chart went up. And we have 1,400,000 in February. Let's see how much it is here. 1,179,000 in January, 22nd of January. And then right away in March, it went to, see how much that is, 6,445,000. April, you can see how much money multiplicates because we're using both systems. We're using multi-position system and scanning system together. So this is the maximum you can go with this EA. In April, 1st of April, you can see that it made how much? 18 million. 18,651,000. Also went up first week, I think first 2 weeks of April to see how much that is, 40,104,905. So you can see how much money this thing can make. And we here going end of we're actually still in the first 2 weeks of April here. And then after the 2 weeks of April, right, when we hit the mark of 2 weeks, we got to 90 million. 770, 916. Went down a bit here in April. As I said, this is generic. So basically, it will win and it will lose. But of course, when it loses money, it closes right away. But when it wins, it just keeps going with the trend until the trend ends and then it closes. So that's why you can see, yes, it will lose, and sometimes it will lose a lot of money too, but not losing as in the result, losing as in movement. At the end, you will be winning. So far, you started with 1 million, and even after we lost this big chunk here, we still had 29 million. And then after that, right away, you can see that it gained back what it lost, and it got to 81 million. And it will still go up. It was 92, now we're at 81. We'll see how much it'll go up to. And this is 2020, beginning of 2020 until 31st of July. You can also test this with all years. You can test it with the 2019, 2018, 2017. You can test it with whichever. But of course, depends on the market and how much it moves. For example, in 2017 or 2018, it didn't move that much, so you will not be able to make as much money. You'll still make a lot of money, but not as much money as in 2020, because we know in 2020 there was a lot of movement. When the corona pandemic started, it went down to 1400 from 1600 and then back up to 15, 16, 17. Now these days we're looking at 18 and 19. So that's why there's a lot of movement, and that's why there's a lot of money to gain. And if you don't gain money this year, to the end of this year, then you will never be able to make as much money as you would make with this year. So back again here, we can see that we were at 81 million, and then it picked up again. All this movement from here to here, we still in April. All this in 1 month, just from here to here. Now we can see at the end, 24th of April, or for first week of May, we've gone up to 147,767,056. This is a very long time, very long figure to say. So we'll see how this will go. It will not take that much. We're looking at about 8 minutes or 9 minutes. Soon it will finish. But you can see this thing is making a lot of, opening a lot of positions, as much as 997 position. And this is what I have a limit for here. You can see that I have a limit for 997 position. I can make it go more than that. It depends on the broker that you're with. Some brokers allow thousands of positions at the same time. So back to the chart. It went down again in May, and we are at 19th of May. We're looking at 85,660, 818. So we'll see how much this will go up to. We have all the way up to 31st of July. So I was saying that this dealing with gold, and because gold moves a lot, and when you use both systems, you can make a lot of money because it multiplies the volume and it also multiplies the lot. So both of them, volume as in how many positions it's opening, and lot as in how many ounces it's buying. So instead of buying 1 ounce, 2 ounce, we'll actually buy 20 ounce, 50 ounce, 100 ounce, and even more. It depends on the amount of money that you have in the balance. And it always checks the balance to see how much money you have. And it depends on that money or that balance. Then it takes a percentage of that and uses that again to keep on opening positions with a huge amount of lot, which is a huge amount of ounces, and a huge amount of positions, as in volume. So you can see now we're reaching the end of May, 29th of May, and we reached 143 million, 504,788. And we'll see how much this will get to. As you can see also in the inputs, there's some other stuff that you can also use, like you can determine how much gain you want to stop at. Usually I leave this at no, we don't use that. Also indicators, I'm not using any of the indicators. If you go down here, you can go to loss flip, which is, this is a system that if you lose, if you lose in a buy position, it will flip the position again and try to win again. And if you lose in a sell position, it will try after that to flip again and flip the loss to profit. Also use general direction. This is more of rules, general rules. I also have another general rules here down here. This general rules, basically, we're telling it don't buy at the resistance, don't sell, open a sell position or buy position. So buy position, don't open at the resistance, and sell position, don't open at the support point. These are basically everything in this EA. Also, you can control if you want to have deals on Friday or Monday, which is most of the time Friday and Monday are out of the market. They don't go according to the market movement. All of a sudden something happens on Monday and you don't know why it happened. That's why sometimes I switch that off. But with this condition here, or with this generic EA, we don't basically switch these to on. We leave them off. As in other expert advisor, which is super trends, gold super trends, we don't use Monday, for example, because Monday usually is out of whack. So it shows that there is a trend, that there is really no trend or anything. It's just something happened over the weekend and then it showed all of a sudden on Monday, and it will basically trick the EA thinking that there is a trend and there is really no trend. So again, we'll go back at the chart. We're kind of steady here. We'll see how much we got to. So 207,915,923. And that is in 30th of June. It went down a bit. So we're getting to July. We're getting to July. So soon it will end, 1 month left. Once this ends, I'll show you also 10,000. I'll show you how much it will go up to, and I will also show you different settings. So for example, I will not use multi-position, I will not use scaling, I'll just use normal, no systems. And then I'll use, for example, scaling alone, and then I'll use multi alone. These tests go very fast, very fast, especially because here we're using 1 million, and 1 million opens so many positions. That's why it's taking a long time. So far, it's going up to 13 minutes. So 2nd of July, we'll see where we're at. 170 million, and we are at 10th of July. So only 20 days to go. Very soon it will end. So I will show you the other ones. So you can see also, so for people that only have $10,000 or maybe a bit less, I think maybe 5,000 for any amount you can use for normal system, no scaling, no multi-position. But for scaling and multi-position, I would recommend to have at least 10,000, especially with this generic EA. It's unlike the other gold super trends. The other one, we recommend 50,000 for multi-position and more than 10,000 for scaling. But for generic, you can use less than that. So far, we are at we're at 17th of July, and we got 155 million. So we were at 207, 155, and it'll go up. Soon it'll go up. So only about, what, 10 days, about 12, 13 days left. Also, in this expert advisor, the good thing about it is what? The good thing about it is it doesn't follow indicators, as in this line went up, average, whatever, moving average, volumes and stuff like that. It doesn't really look at these things. I just have them as a side thing. I look at them just to give me a hint of what's going on, but I don't use them to open and close positions. I never use them in this generic expert advisor. I use very basic technique, very basic, as if you were looking at your screen and opening positions and closing positions just based on the chart, on real-time chart, not based on any indicators. If you want to use the one based on indicators, then you can use the gold super trend, which also, but this is specific for gold. Basically, it looks at few indicators and gathers information from here and there, and then decides when to open and when to close. Whereas with this expert advisor, very basic, doesn't look at any of that. Just gives me a hint, like these things just give me a hint of what's going on. But really, it's based on the tick, every tick on the chart, real tick chart. So we can see that it's almost done. I think this is 17th. It's almost done. It's just opening so many positions right now. It's opening so many positions. You can see also here, it's opening 997. It's always, once it goes to millions, it always opens at least this, not at least, but it always opens this, because this is the maximum that I set for it. But you can set more than that if your broker allows it. I know that IC Markets allows maybe 5,000 or even more. But Admiral, for example, only allows 997, and that's why I had it at this amount. But you can go even more, and you can actually gain even more with this expert advisor. Also, I can actually show you other months too, without any scaling and multi-position, so it goes a bit fast. Because yes, with multi-position and scaling, it is a bit slow, especially that it opens so many positions. So we'll see how much this goes up to. You can see we're calculating the equity and free margin and stuff like that, and balance. You see how much the balance is, and the equity, how much it went up to 359 million. I'll see how much. So if equity went to that much, then we know that we'll catch up with it. So far, it shows 365 million, and it's opening the positions and it's waiting to close. Of course, that equity is showing you that because we didn't close the positions yet. Once we close these positions, then it will show us the actual balance after closing. And you can see here, with every time that goes down, it goes up again. Every time it loses, it goes up again, loses and goes up again, and so forth. And reaches new heights every time, because losing is we control the losing. Once we see it's losing, we just close right away. Of course, sometimes we have a lot of positions and a lot of ounces bought, so that's why you see drops and big drops sometimes, like here. but usually it doesn't matter because we keep after the loss we win again, and we make a lot of money after that. So it covers for all the small losses, like here, 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 small losses here, two small losses here, and this is, I think, the biggest loss, maybe here too, but not as big as this, I think. So so this went from 83 million to went to 300 to 32. So yes, this lost a lot, but it gained right away. So it gained from, we were at here 33 million, it went to 142 million. See, big shot. And I think we're about to end this here. See the journal. So the equity went to 515 million. So if we close now, then we have a lot of money in this shot. And this is the month of July. After the 2 weeks of July, first 2 weeks of July, the market went crazy. It gained $100 in one day, and then another $75 in the next day for 1 ounce. So it went from 1815 or something, or 800, or around 805 or something, and then went all the way to 1900. And then the very next day, it went from 1900 to 1974 or 75, around that. So really, in 2 days, just in 2 days, it gained 175 US dollar for 1 ounce. So that's why if you're opening 997 positions, and you have lots, look at this, 29 lots for each position. So if we have, say, 1,000 position, and then 29, now it's closing, and we have 29 lot, so we just have 29,000 ounces. 29,000 ounces bought. And then we closed the position, and that's why you can see that we went from 154 million to see where it closed, 483 million. How much is that difference? More than 330 million. So from 154 million all the way to 480 million. 330 million in one shot. And this is the power of basically of using these two systems, and of course dealing with gold. And at the same time that we started with a bit of a high deposit. We started with 1 million. You can see 6 zeros here. So, oh, it's done. Oh, it's done. Okay, so look at the backtest results. 461 million gains. Total was 708 and 11, and lost 250, which is very good. The percentage is only 32%. The drawdown maximum. Now we'll see how many positions or trades it's done. 23,794. And let's look at the charts. See how beautiful it looks. Look at this. Look at this here and this. Okay, so we'll go back to settings, and we want to say no. We don't want that. We want to start with only 10,000, and we don't want multi-position, and we also don't want scaling. So this is very normal. Nothing, no systems. Start. This will go very fast because it's not opening a lot of positions. Right away, you see it's passed to February right away, not opening a lot of positions, that's why. And yes, it went down a bit in the beginning, but then it kept climbing. So it went to almost half the amount that we deposited. Went to 16 in the beginning in January, and then February went down a bit, and then kept climbing after that. And we'll see how much it will go up to. It's almost done. We'll see. 167,000, which is 281 gross and loss, gross profit and loss was minus 114. Percentage is 19%, which is very good. 19%. You can see also in February, I think we got some losses here. But then after that, we just went up, and at the end, we just lost a bit. All in all, we got a lot of money. We got 167,000. This is with no systems. And this is, we put only 10,000. So in 6 months or 7 months, we got 16, almost 17 times our deposit. So 1,600, 1,600. That was the percentage, or 1,000, almost 1,700. Now, if we use multi-position, so multi-position, but because the amount that we deposited is small, I'd rather use only 10% with the multi-position. And we'll do that. So we'll see how much it will go up to. And we already gone to February. You know, this is just to show you this code is real, because it's always there's a drawdown here, or there's some loss in February and a bit in beginning or end of January. And you can see the chart is the same. It just depends on how much money that you put, because really it opens at the same time and it closes at the same time. Almost depends on amount that you deposited. So this is with multi-position, and we're almost done because there's only 10,000 deposits, so it's not opening that many positions like when we put 1 million. And we'll see how much it will go up to. Almost done. And we are reaching almost 500. This is the equity, and it's done. Okay, so 575, 963, so almost 576. This is tons of money for starting with only starting with only 10,000. And 970, this is gross profit, gross loss was 394, where percentage is 28, not bad. And this is our chart as well. You can see also we lost here, because why is it or here? Why is it a bit more than before? Because we're using multi-position with 10,000 only. And you see also we have a lot of gain here. And now we want to switch this off, multi-position, and only use a scaling system. So 10,000 with scaling system. And also 10,000, as I mentioned, 10,000, same period, everything same, called. And we'll see how much we'll go up to. If you see these green things going all the way like this, high like this in here, this means that our deposit is low. It will be better to use more than that, especially with scaling alone. Or scaling and multi-position. Multi-position, sometimes it doesn't give you that, but scaling, because it's buying a lot of lots, so it's buying a lot of ounces. So this is only $10,000, only $10,000 with scaling system only. Look how much it made, $1,580,000. Gross profit 2,634,000, gross loss 1,054,000. Our drawdown is 26%, which is very, very good for $10,000. And you can see also here some loss here, but look at the big big profits. So this is how much you can gain just from $10,000. And this is, as I said, this is generic. You can use it with other years. You can use it with month on month, 1 month per month. You can use it only for July, for June, from beginning of June to end of June, from July to end of July, and so forth. You can use it whichever way you want. There's no specific systems. There is no custom code here, nothing. It's just, this is totally real, 100% real. And I wish you all the good trading and happy trading. See you.